I think the most interesting thing that I learned was the carbon removal of oceans, MCDR. There was a panel with these companies that have technology to look at seabeds and look at coral reefs and kind of analyze them. I think it was really cool because they were talking about MCDR as like this new emerging market.
I was sitting in on some negotiations and they were talking about how more developed countries need to take on a larger role with financing technology implementation, and I found that to be really interesting.
Something that surprised me was the emphasis on the private sector sort of leading the energy transition. I really considered it always being like sort of government-led with like subsidies and tax incentives, but someone said that the energy transition is going to be government-enabled and then private sector-led.
I think what I bring back to Chicago is my experience talking to the AOSIS negotiator. This is the Alliance of Small Island States, and I am part of the Model UN. I'm running the AOSIS committee, so it was really cool to talk to her and talk about the problems that small island developing states were having.
Something I'm definitely going to bring back on campus is a greater consideration of economics when I'm talking about technology. So I am a part of the Electrochemical Society on campus, and we talk a lot about like new battery solutions, new technology that's being created. But I think that a greater discussion of the cost of some of these technologies could be really interesting.
I think what I'm going to bring back with BDU Chicago is all of the different levels of scale when it comes to sustainability and climate work. Obviously at COP, there are like so many different countries, but then also private individuals, NGOs, and it really has made me realize that like no matter what level you're working at, you are still contributing to like combating climate change.
I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, but I know that it will be something to do with data and climate, and I think that's what I've taken from this.
I'm very interested in going to graduate school for either chemical engineering or chemistry, but I think that something that would be really cool is to also get a bit more education on the economic side of things, especially with what I've been learning here, is that you can't just have technology, you also need to be able to consider the socio-political and economic context into which you're bringing that technology.
I'm really personally interested in grid decarbonization, especially with the AI boom and like computing and data center use in the United States. So I think I got a lot of insightful perspective on the direction of power grids and how it's important to invest in energy infrastructure and whatnot. And I think that's gonna sort of shape my perspective in like finding opportunities career-wise.